Hi students, Dr. Williams here, and I just had an opportunity to go through all of your responses to the discussion topics for this week, and I went ahead and I commented on a few things, definitely read through everything, but there was something that stood out to me in both of the discussion posts that I just felt like, oh my goodness, I have to address this. And the overarching sentiment for most of you is that writing is hard. And you gave a lot of different reasons for it. Anything from there being so many rules, rules that seem to change from instructor to instructor. You also talked about the subjective nature of grading, the idea that you write your best paper, but somehow it just doesn't measure up in the eyes of your instructor. Some of you kind of got into the idea that it's hard to clearly convey a message with words alone. And I would agree. I mean, it is so much easier in conversation because we have the luxury or the benefit of facial expression and hand gestures and tone of voice and that exchange that you get when you're talking with someone face to face. Another common sentiment was that a lot of you feel like you never have enough ideas to meet the page requirement or the word requirement, and you don't want to just repeat yourself over and over or fill your paper with fluff, which are all valid concerns. And you know what? You're right. Writing is hard. Writing is challenging for lots of people, myself included. Go figure. I am not only a writing instructor, but I also do a lot of professional writing. And a lot of the feedback or the feelings that you all have expressed here in these discussion posts, I continue to deal with. There's nothing for me to write something only to get pages of feedback and edits and changes from an editor. But I feel like I've given you my best, but somehow my best is not good enough. But one of the things I've come to learn is that writing is recursive. It's never really done, if you will. There's always something that can be changed or revised or made better. And one of the best things we can do as writers is to take the feedback that we get from others because it only helps make our messages stronger. So I'm here with some hope, and hopefully I can kind of alleviate some of the anxiety and fears that you might all have about writing, particularly writing for an academic setting. So as an instructor, I approach writing as conveying ideas. Right? The most important thing that you do in your writing is to clearly convey an idea, to convey a message, and hopefully your idea or your message is something that you feel passionate about. So as you write, of course, you want to keep in the back of your mind that there are some rules. You definitely want to keep in the back of your mind that there are requirements for a particular assignment. However, when you sit down to write, you just want to let your ideas flow freely. Don't worry about the rules. Be mindful of them. Don't worry about the list of instructions. Be mindful of that, but let your ideas flow. And once you do that, you can then put your ideas, you can adjust your ideas or your formatting and all that to meet the rules or expectations for the assignment. So ideas first, rules second. One of the things that I find most useful too when I write is just to start where I start. Sometimes we feel we have to start in the introductory paragraph and we have to go in this kind of linear order, but writing is recursive. It's not this clean process. It's presented, of course, as a clean, linear process, but anyone who's done any writing knows that it's messy, okay? And I always just start where I start. So wherever I feel most inspired, I start writing. That may end up being my introduction. It may be something in the middle. It may be my conclusion, or in the worst cases, I may not use it at all. So the idea here, though, is just to get into it. Let your creative juices flow. And in terms of rules and structure, that's all there for you. You can Google that stuff on the internet and figure out how to do that. But the ideas, that's from here. That's from your head, from your heart. And that's where I want you to focus. So, of course, we'll do a lot over the next few weeks to help you with the rules and structure and all of that. But good writing starts with good ideas. And so let your ideas flow. Thank you for being so honest in your discussion post. I enjoyed reading them, and I probably will put a few more comments in on them. But I'm just looking forward to a good semester. I'm looking forward to reading your essays this week. And I guess I'll see you all online.